Your teammate Austin Rivers came out recently, said he feels you're the best perimeter defender in the NBA. You've had players like Paul George come out, also talk about you in a positive light. When you hear things like that about how you could be the best perimeter defender in the league, how does that make you feel? And do you believe that?
Yeah, it made me feel good, and I do believe it. I feel like just from those guys being in the league so long, like me having the respect for them and what they've done to the game, I feel like that's just like a plus to the work that I've put in over the 3 years I've been in the NBA. And then just being able to watch them guys as I was younger, for them to say those things is kind of like eye-opening. It's kind of made me feel good about myself.
When you talk about the category of being the best defensive player in the NBA, like, do you really believe it?
Yeah,
do you think anyone has a chance to come close to? Like, who else do you feel like is in your category at least?
In my category? I don't know. I don't watch no one else besides myself defensively. Just like my versatility, like one night I might guard Giannis, the next day I got to guard Trae Young or something. So just being able to guard 1 through 4 and just hold my own, really.
So when you go into a defensive matchup against, like a Paul George, type, a Kawhi Leonard, or Trae Young, what's your mindset when you go into it, defending someone?
I kind of go into it as like just making it difficult for them. Like, I know they're gonna make shots. Everyone's good. They're NBA players, so like just try and make it as tough as possible. Like for me, I always, for one thing, defensively is like I always got to contest the shots. Like just open shot, I mean, it's like a workout shot, how our coaches say. So just me just coming in with that competitive mindset and trying to just make it tough for them that night.
Which matchup so far this year has been your favorite?
I feel like I did like a great job on Jamal Murray. Like during the game, I had blocked like 3 or 4 of his jumpers, and like he gave me a comment like, "Bro, you gotta stop blocking my jumpers." Like he never had someone do that before, so I feel like him, or even probably when we played the Memphis first time against Ja, I felt like I did a great job just like with the scout and just making it hard for him.
So you came in as a defender and kind of a two-way type of guy, but as each year has gone on, you've had more of an onus on yourself, more responsibility offensively. So when do you think it clicked throughout your career so far that, I've got to do more offensively?
Like the playoffs last year was probably like eye-opener for me, just being able to go out there just freely and confident and just being aggressive early in the games. I feel like that helps me a lot when I start the game off aggressive, and it kind of leads through the whole game. So just kind of last year in the playoffs.
Paul George recently came out. He talked about how you're the most under-the-radar talent around the league right now.
Yeah.
When you hear something like that, now you're coming onto the scene, but do you feel like you're being slept on a little bit?
A little bit, but I feel like now like that certain players are starting to see like Paul George, or even heard Luka say stuff before. I mean, it's just them starting to be on notice. Like I've guarded them or played them so many times.
They know.
Yeah, they finally know now, or they just want to say it. So it's just, I feel like it's a respect thing.
So when you guys came in, I think everyone knew Ant's game offensively was going to be there. Your game defensively was going to be there. So how much do you guys push each other to be better in the areas that you guys might not be known for?
I feel like we're always on each other. Like if we're like not doing well that game or like lacking confidence, like for me, he always tells me keep shooting in the game. Like I might miss 2 shots in a row, be down, but he always like, come on, Jay, keep shooting, keep going. Or like for me defensively, like sometimes he might be sleep or something on like little cuts and things. So we just encourage each other, be on each other, just for the better of us.
So you already said you're the best defensive player in the league right now. So is it even a question to be on the all-defensive team in your mind?
Yeah, I feel like I should be on there. Like, and if I'm not, I don't know who does the votes. I mean, they must be crazy.
So when you think about all defensive teams, obviously that's a big honor because the defensive side is all effort, it's all passion.
Yeah.
So when you look at that as being a goal for you this year, did you prioritize that going into the year?
Yeah, I kind of said it like we were making goals. I think it was like media day or like before training camp, and that was one of my things, to be defensive player of the year or make first or second team all defense. So I feel like I'm doing good at what I said, keeping my word.
So when you think about goals for yourself, obviously all defensive team is one of them, but when you think individually and as a team, what are your goals for the rest of the season?
For the rest of the season, I would say for team-wise, making it to the playoffs and getting further than we did last year. I feel like just the playoffs atmosphere is like something you can't miss, like that I don't want to miss. So just being the first year didn't go, and the second year being able to go, I just want to keep the streak alive. And then for me, myself, just for years to come, like getting to the All-Star game, being in like most improved player, things like that, and continuing to rack up these defensive awards.